Breaking tonight, murder charges have now been filed in the disappearance of a Box Elder County man.
News specialist Andrew Adams is live with the latest in the case of Dylan Rounds.
First of all, your reaction that James Brenner has been charged with murder in connection to your son's death.
There's enough evidence for charges. We've been so frustrated with that. So our reaction is finally, it's about time.
Dylan Rounds was a missing Utah farmer whose family has offered a large reward after he vanished into thin air in May 2022. A suspect, Rounds' neighbor, was named by authorities in July, according to the Jefferson Star.
And the man named as a suspect in the disappearance of 19-year-old Dylan Rounds was in court today. James Brenner's appearance didn't have anything to do with the teen's disappearance, though. But prosecutors took the opportunity to show what kind of person Brenner is.
Rounds' family is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to his whereabouts.
A $100,000 reward is being offered to help find Dylan Rounds. His family posting the reward in hope someone knows where he is. The 19-year-old disappearing on Memorial Day weekend, and there's been no sign of him since.
Dylan Rounds, of age 19, operated a farm near the town of Lucin in western Box Elder County in Utah. James Brenner was named as a suspect in Rounds' disappearance court documents filed in connection to the federal charges. Rounds' mother, Candace Cooley, shared some photos of him on her Facebook page. She wrote, "Since Dylan was little, he has been a farmer. It was his passion. From the time he could walk, he would try to keep up with his dad. Dylan could drive a tractor by himself before most kids could even ride a bike. Dylan is a true American farmer, born in a generation that does not understand. Let's help show him to the world." According to the Elko County Sheriff's Office, the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office has jurisdiction in the case. Dylan was seen in Montello, Nevada, before his disappearance on the 26th of May, not the 27th as reported on social media. He ate at a local establishment there and then returned to Utah. Cell phone data was used to track Dylan's phone around his farm near Lucin. Rounds then made a phone call to a family member on the 28th of May at 6:51 a.m.
So we know Dylan was at the gate when he called Brenner. I think it was 6:57 or somewhere around there. So we know Dylan was at the gate to get in then. So then if you give it another 5 minutes, he's up at the shed, 7:02, 7:03.
Is this AM?
Yeah.
So after he called his grandma?
Yep.
According to the release, Dylan disappeared some time after he made that phone call. The department was first notified on the case on May 31st, 2022, when they first responded to Montello on the call that someone was being held hostage. Rounds called his grandmother on May 28th. The Box Elder County Sheriff's Office said in a new release that the office is making efforts to locate Dylan Rounds and to investigate the circumstances surrounding his disappearance.
The office told me no one is available to comment. I've also called the lead detective on this case multiple times and have yet to hear anything.
I don't believe they have the resources, and I don't believe they're utilizing the resources that they could take.
Volunteer teams have logged over 300 hours, searching and covering over 3,000 miles.
You know, right to us, this is ground zero. Right here is where it started. So from there, we'll work our way out with the technology and see if we can find something.
In fact, this technology is so potent that the federal government banned it for a little while. And, there had to be a court ruling basically saying, no, this is helpful, this is good, go use it.
Detectives have worked on the case for more than 650 hours. A private investigator named Jason Jensen told ABC4 something of a foul play has happened to Dylan.
He was excited to be farming there. His crop was about to, come to fruition for the very first time, so he was excited.
Hundreds of places have been searched. We hiked to a cave, looked in mine shafts, abandoned buildings and trailers. We saw rain, wind, and a lot of dust. Many people came together to search. A few clues have emerged. ABC4 reported that his family found his truck on Memorial Day and it had not been moved, but it had been power washed.
It's like it never moved in the rain, like he never took it anywhere on Saturday, like they originally thought.
His boots were found a short distance from the farm property and they were now being analyzed.
At that point, it should have been treated as foul play. I mean, you just don't find somebody's boots in the desert that's missing.
Rounds' mother was frustrated. There was a strange incident before Rounds disappeared. A bloodied man asked him for a ride days before his disappearance, but his mother told the television station that she doesn't think this man has anything to do with it. According to ABC4, he's a fugitive from Montana who's been held in jail on unrelated charges.
Chase Ventura is sitting in jail after a search warrant supposedly linked him to the disappearance of Dylan Rounds. Now, some are saying he's been cleared.
I'm not surprised they don't find anything physically because that desert is unforgiving.
Local News 8 provided additional details about this encounter and man. The station quoted Round's mother as saying he told her about a bloody man who was walking on foot and came up out of the desert. He wanted a ride, but Round's family initially believed that Rounds did not give him one. However, the family figured out the man's identity in Lucin, a town near the farm. The television station gave his name as Chase and said he contacted the family to say Rounds did actually give him a ride. The conversation lessened the family's suspicions. Dylan always had dreams of owning a farm. He purchased land in Box Elder County and set out to do so. He was living on the farm when he vanished. It is with an extremely heavy heart we are posting this update, Cooley wrote on her Facebook page. She wrote on Facebook, "We would also like you to pay attention to his patterns I have been explaining throughout these pictures.